Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. It looks like Ryan Gravenberch is on his way to Liverpool after just a season at Bayern. And it feels like longer, by the way, because of the fact that last summer we announced him before the window even started. So months beforehand. And it felt like he was here with us since then, but he actually only got here in the summer of last season. And it's sad. Gravenberch is sad. Probably not as sad as Renato Sanchez because that was just crazy. I don't think anyone will ever top that. Bayern handled that situation so poorly. Renato Sanchez was a golden boy at Benfica and then came to Bayern. Everyone thought he was going to be the next Clarence Seedorf, the next Lothar Matthäus, and this boy was loaned out to Swansea City in Wales. Not even a real Prem team in London, in Brighton, in the Prem, right? In England. My man was sent out to Wales. That's basically a transgender Prem team, because is it really a Prem team if it ain't in England, the English Premier League? Exactly, very odd. But anyways, Gravenberch is sad too because he's only been here for a year, and a lot of Bayern fans go, why don't you just wait, prove yourself, put yourself in Gravenberch's shoes. He came from Ajax as a starter. It's not like he was some young kid like Matisse Tell with 49 minutes of professional football. No, this man was starting for Ajax in Champions League games. He was a main player for them, one of their big players. And yeah, he had his faults, things he had to improve on, but he felt like he was developing. His strengths were growing. Then you join Bayern thinking you're going to shape an era and perhaps be the long-term replacement to Leon Goretzka. Instead, you come in and you barely play after having a good preseason. That's what makes it worse. This man played really well in preseason. Everyone was like, whoa, he's good. He's making these crazy turns out of pressure. He looks like Pogba. We were loving Gravenberch. And then he didn't play at all. And then the worst thing is, whenever Goretzka got injured, which was often last season, Musiala would drop in and play the pivot, meaning Gravenberch was just getting minutes taken from him, and there was no trust from the management to give him playtime. But that was under Nagelsmann. And then Tuchel came in and the exact same thing occurred. Gravenberch barely played. And whenever he played, like against Wolfsburg, when I think he came on, someone got injured and he came on, that guy just controlled the game for us. He dropped deeper and just controlled the game for us. So, and also whenever he would come on as a substitute, he wouldn't get an opportunity to play in the midfield where he should play. And by midfield, I'm not talking about the attack, an attacking midfield role. No, I'm talking about 8 box-to-box or deep lying playmaker, whatever you want to call him. He would always play as an attacking midfielder. He would come on for Musiala, who's an attacking midfielder, and he'd be playing as an attacking midfielder. And that was odd, because Gravenberch reminds me of Pogba, where if you surround him with the right players, he is just amazing to have on your team. His dribbling through pressure is amazing. His physical stature just scares players. Once he gets in his stride, it's impossible to stop him. Very technically gifted. We just didn't give him an opportunity to prove himself and give out those strengths in the right position. We would play him as an attacking midfielder. No, Gravenberch needs to be deeper when he gets the ball so he can carry it through midfield. That's his best attribute, his ball carrying. And we just didn't utilize it at all. I think Liverpool see Gravenberch as a deeper midfielder, not a number 6, because Liverpool fans think they're getting the next Casemiro. I'll laugh at that because Gravenberch isn't known for his work rate defensively. I mean, he loses concentration sometimes and just allows runners past him. And sometimes he could be making a run and tracking back, and he just chooses to jog back. He ain't no long distance runner. We need you to be a sprinter. We need Usain Bolt. That's what we need in that moment. And he's just walking back like, come on, dude. Like a grandma. So, not perfect defensively, but he still gives you that physicality. And I think it's something you have to develop in him. You have to build a team around him, and then he'll flourish. His long shooting is good, but he barely got a chance to do it because he played as an attacking midfielder, which is weird because you would think playing higher would mean longer shots in higher volume. But that never happened. And the reason that doesn't happen is because when you're a midfielder that likes long shots, you need to arrive to the scene and then get an opportunity to, crack that long shot. But if you're already at the scene, then you're usually the one passing, so someone else can take a long shot, like Kimmich. So Gravenberch never got any chance whenever he would play to prove himself, to show his strengths. So if Klopp gets him, gets a DM, he's playing next to Dominic Szoboszlai with a great work rate. Szoboszlai, man, one of my favorite players in this league before Liverpool came and stole him and put him in Merseyside terrorism, man. I think Liverpool are going to be getting cooked a lot this season, especially if they don't get a DM. Yeah, they're going to be getting cooked. If Fabinho left, so who's going to be that DM? Thiago could, hold and anchor the midfield, but that man lives at the hospital. He's taking up valuable beds when we need them for COVID and whatever. There's cancer patients that can't get beds because Thiago's hoarding all of them every single day. So, yeah, Thiago's my favorite player. Liverpool's just taking our players, man. What's wrong with this club? And they're taking them for peanuts. And then they gave us that bum Sadio Mane when he was finished. He was finito, man. They sent him to us. Man, I'm starting to hate Liverpool. But, I hope Gravenberch actually goes there and plays and establishes himself as a top player. I don't want another player coming to Bayern and losing out on developing and becoming world class because we simply didn't play them and mismanaged them in that way. But if you're a Liverpool fan watching this, then I hope you got valuable knowledge about Gravenberch from me. Hit the like button if you haven't. I hope Gravenberch succeeds there because there is talent, there is potential. I think he could be like a Paul Pogba, very technically gifted, great physicality. It's just you have to build a team around him. And I think he would work for a team like Liverpool if they had a Fabinho in his prime. I think Gravenberch could just be that technically efficient player in a midfield of scrappy guys. In fact, I think Gravenberch could have worked really well at Man United. Casemiro does all the dirty mystic arts, and then Gravenberch just does the cleanup job where he's just cold, he's just picking up the ball, driving it forward, and if he loses it, he knows Casemiro is there with a great back line. But yeah, he's not joining United, he's joining Liverpool, a team that I believe is defensively struggling. And it's weird because Liverpool used to have one of the most impeccable defenses. I remember when we played Liverpool at Anfield in 2018, it was 2019, bruh, we just could not get through Van Dijk and I think Joe Gomez. Matip was playing and Matip was in his prime. And we just could not get through their midfield. Bruh, it was impossible. And then they came to the Allianz Arena and cooked us. So it's funny that team is now leaking goals, man. They leaking more than Logan Paul's wife, man. Her punani is leaking. She's letting anyone hit, man. It's crazy. It's like Rocky. Just anyone could hit this. The face, busted jaw, everything, man. But yeah, let's see what happens with that transfer. I think it's also incumbent on Bayern signing Paulinho. It's funny because Fulham need a replacement for Paulinho. Bayern need a replacement for Gravenberch. Well, not a replacement, but a player that comes in and adds to the team. And it's like we're trading. We're all trading here. Liverpool get a player they want. Bayern get a player they want. And Fulham need a player, and they're going to get the player. It's weird, man. It's weird. But thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia, and peace.